In today's video, I'm going to be replacing the handbrake cables on this BMW X5. I'm Stephen from AutoNight. Welcome to another video. Now this BMW X5 is a big old unit to not have a functioning handbrake, or parking brake as it's referred to in some territories. Now to add to this car's a manual, so we can't even put it into park as you could with an automatic, which would secure it. So I really need to get this done. To begin with, I need to remove this handbrake gaiter. Let's get this right out of the way, and then we can see what's going on in here. Now that handbrake seems to have no resistance whatsoever. The teeth look quite worn on the ratchet there, but worse still, the handbrake cable has broken right there. I've got a pair of new cables here from Febi Bilstein, and looking right here you can see that it's just failed where that is crimped over the actual cable itself. Need a longer bar. I never think it bodes well when wheel bolts are over tightened on a car. It's a bit of a red flag to me. Because these vehicles have a drum built into the disc with a separate set of handbrake shoes, we need to remove the brake caliper carrier and this disc and drum arrangement to access the connection for the handbrake cable to the handbrake shoes. 7mm Allen key. Proximity of the shock absorber makes it difficult to get the socket into here as well as the ratchet, so I use a conventional 7mm Allen key. These discs don't have too much of a lip on them, if any, so hopefully we can just slide this off. We'll just put that up there for the time being. A couple of 16mm bolts here that hold the caliper carrier to the hub. These weren't stupidly tight. 6mm Allen key. And the disc with built-in drum is off. These are quite new. Here you can see the handbrake or parking brake shoes. You've got the manual adjuster here and the little linkage here that joins the cable to the shoes. Using a 5mm Allen key, I'm loosening the fixing for the upper shoe. It's just a push and twist and it releases, and this goes into a slot in the brake back plate. I'm now able to lift that up enough to release this. It fits in here like that. The outer part of the handbrake cable slots into the hub, and they can seize. I'll show you on the new one. This is the part number for the new cable. They're not handed. This is the end that goes through the hub or backplate area. They can seize here and be a devil to remove. This may be a little difficult to see from underneath, but hopefully right there is where the handbrake goes through the hub. This is where it seizes, and I'm getting some water pump pliers on this and I'm managing to get it to free off. You can see it's gradually coming out more and more. Even more so there, it's coming out. Keep wiggling it, and here it is, it's free. With the cable disconnected, it's now a case of following it along its route under the car to the lever. There's a bracket there that it needs to be detached from. So we've got this metal clip here, this wire clip needs to be detached, and then the cable disappears up there to God only knows where. Okay, so we're right under the car now, and I can see where this enters the vehicle, right above the prop shaft here, so right now I'm lying right underneath where the handbrake would be in the car. So it looks like I can do this by just disconnecting it from various clips and without having to remove any of these trays. Unfortunately, due to limitations in terms of the number of arms I have, I may have to do some of this off camera. I've got a torch in one hand, a GoPro in the other, and unless I start using my hind legs, I can't think of any other way to do this. I'm pleased to say that so far it's playing ball. This is coming through from the inside of the car now, nicely. Right, it's disconnected here, it's disconnected the other end. There must be something else holding it. There's one more bugger about up there. Let's try and find a way of doing this without having to remove this shield. I've just realised I've been an absolute idiot and I've undone the right hand cable at the handbrake lever. Just goes to show though that this one was broken too, because this one pulled straight out. So let's just do the correct one now. No wonder it wasn't free. The other side's playing ball as well. There we go. So what I'm also expecting now is that that's free as well on this side. What are the chances of both of those breaking off like that? And I don't think you're going to be able to see, but there are two guides that go through the floor. And those guides line up with the tubes on the handbrake lever when the handbrake lever's down. So hopefully, if I feed those through now, they should appear right in the middle of the screen there. You can see just a square channel. The cable, the new cable should appear through there. Let's do that first. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I fed some more cable through and I've got some threaded piece through here. I need to get the nuts on there just to keep that in place. I need to remove these nuts from the broken piece of handbrake cable. Got a 9mm here, lock nut, and a 12 with a built-in washer. And transfer these over to the new cable. This will stop it from pulling through. Just need to push that home now. Again, 2 hands needed. I'm pleased to say both cables are now through. Just the very last steps in locating these under here. We know that they're both secure in the car, which is good. These little O-rings really do like to invert and roll off, so I'm just going to put a bit of WD just to help that slide, which will no doubt drip all over me. There we go, that's in. So both of them secure. Let's just get these cables clipped into their channels and just snap this one back into place. Again, it's a two-handed job. All done. With the cable back through. I'm just going to loosen this a little so I can slot this correctly into place, because it must fit correctly into the brake shoes. So take this little adjuster off, and I'm going to back this off to its most unadjusted position, if that's the right word. Okay, put that back into position. Disconnect this spring too, we can deal with those in a minute. I will loosely operate the handbrake and you can see what actually happens here at the shoes. Now remember this knurled wheel, because we're going to be turning this through here when this is all back together to adjust it. So I'm turning the knurled wheel now to tighten this. Click at a time until it's locked up. Now it's going to go a little more. Now once it's locked up like this, it's then a case of backing it off. I usually do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got the other side off, and the orange around the outside of this disc was an immediate red flag. This nearly always means that things have just got a bit too hot. Also, this caliper isn't blue like the other side. The paint is all sort of burnt away, and both of these pads are disintegrating from being overheated. You can see that's all cracking up there. So this caliper will be seized. So it's going to need a new one. But we'll carry on with the work nonetheless to get these handbrake cables done, because we can always do that caliper after. Sometimes the handbrake is so tightened that we have to actually back off this little adjuster before we can get this drum and disc off. Okay, things really haven't gone to plan. The offside, as well as that caliper being seized, the cable has completely seized in the hub and it will not come out. I've tried everything, and in fact it's now started to disintegrate, because I think it's only aluminium. It's probably dissimilar metals which causes the problem in the first place. But I'm really up to here with this job, and it's not often something gets me this annoyed, but I really have tried everything. So I've taken the handbrake shoe assemblies right off, and they are in the boot of the car, and now I'm just going to box everything back up on this side and then start this again another day when I've actually got a little more patience, and also the rest of the parts, and a little bit more of an idea as to how I'm going to get that little piece out. This little bit is all we've got left sticking out here. The rest of the cable's long gone, and I genuinely don't know how I'm going to get that out. I think it may have to involve heat. I've tried soaking it with WD-40 and various other penetrating fluids. But the new handbrake cable is in position. I mean, everything else is done. It's just this bloody awful caliper and getting that bit out. Brakes are all put back together for the time being, just to get this car off my driveway. Just cable tied up the new handbrake cable there, so it's ready to receive it once we get that little piece of metal out. The owner of this car, my friend, just said to me, well, look on the bright side. This video, it can be a 2-part adventure. And I'm like, adventure? For who exactly is this an adventure? It's certainly not me. I've now ordered him to get this thing off my land at once. This car may be back, or I might just fix it off camera. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again in another one very soon.